was the 1990s, a big show in a small town off I-75 in Georgia. They were called the biggest cocks in the henhouse. But things have changed since then. It's been 30 years, and they finally found a home here, like everyone else, doing a podcast. It's Erica and Mark, the phone call podcast thing.
Hello, I hope this is good news.
Mr. Matthews, we are here to ask you if you'd like your medical results on the phone or on a text message in secret or not at all.
Not at all.
This is the we're getting old and doctor's visits part of our podcast phone call.
Yeah.
How are you, Mark?
I'm doing okay. I just came back from my shoulder rehab.
Oh my God! This is where everyone turns it off. Right? Oh, they're just going to talk about their fucking doctors the whole time. No, that's not what's going to happen.
Where'd you go?
And for some reason, Mark just hung up on me, so I got to call him back so he can hear me. I probably pushed a button that he didn't know what he was doing. So we'll just leave this all in to the phone. What happened?
That was a weird. I don't know. All of a sudden you were going, and next thing it was gone.
I didn't touch anything.
Oh well.
Well, anyway.
No,
you know what it is?
Okay.
Even the technology doesn't want to hear about our doctor's appointments. That's what it is. And I can all I'm going to tell you about my doctor's appointment is I found out that I have psoriatic arthritis. I got a cortisone shot in my knee, and now I don't limp like the penguin anymore.
Oh, so that's what it was. It was arthritis.
Yeah. I injured that knee, and that aggravated my arthritis that I wasn't aware that I had. And I was like, oh, arthritis, really? Fan-fucking-tastic. Let's just ignore that. Just give me the shot and send me on my way.
So, because they can't do anything about arthritis anymore.
No, but they can slowly watch me die. It also makes me understand that all these aches and pains are not from sitting around because I'm actually a very active person. This is all very normal. And even my chronic fatigue that I have isn't my fault. It's from the arthritis. So I just have to kind of ignore it all.
How about that? Well, that's good. That's really a good sign. How now? So you just go once a month to get a cortisone shot?
No. Once every 3 or 4 months. He said that those should last three or 4 months. I should have got one in my wrist for what I thought was carpal tunnel from typing too much on the computer. No, that's arthritis too. Yay! I have arthritis, Mark.
That's so weird because I thought I had the same thing because of being on a computer. I know that my arch in my neck here is from phone and computer.
Yeah, no, you just got phone neck from too much phone. You're like a teenager.
I look like
too much TikTok.
I look like
I've got a bad case of TikTok neck.
I got a hunchback now. I'm really, thank goodness I'm off the market.
Oh, it's a good thing you found a wife, boy, because now I'm never going to get married again because who's going to go out with somebody who has debilitating psoriatic arthritis? No one.
Speaking of which, last week we left on a sobering note, and it really bothered me.
What did we do?
Because you were so busy, so concerned with getting, you were going to get, what do you call it? You were not interested in an AI, right? You were not interested.
I'm starting to love AI. I have a whole new idea for another radio station involving AI. Would you like to hear more?
Where it's going to be the same ones that they're using now.
Yeah, so I'm starting to find more of these AI covers with like Motown singing the Rubber Soul album, and I found one this morning. I found Van Halen, and it's somebody who took the first Van Halen album and they made it sound like 1940s music with a female singer, and it's you should hear Ice Cream Man. It's amazing. It's so good. So I think I'm going to start ripping this music off of YouTube, and I'm going to start putting it into my computer, and I'm going to put it on my internet radio station, Radio Hab, in like blocks of 3 songs and introduce it with some sweepers that I'll have Brian make. And it'll be, here's a block of music that you know before it was recorded. And it'll be very confusing. And it'll be like a bunch of black guys singing.
Everybody was a cover band.
Yeah. Because who doesn't want to hear Pink Floyd if it was recorded in 1945? I think everyone wants to hear that. Who doesn't want to hear a jazz version of Kashmir by Led Zeppelin?
You could actually start something like that, where you could actually have a whole radio station of that, and this is ruining your childhood.
Yeah.
Your favorite rock band was a cover
These are
band.
all ideas that I've already written down. I have another computer that I could dedicate to this. I'm just going to have to spend about $400 on software that I don't want to spend to make it happen. It would not be hard to do. I could have that up and running in about a week. I need to have more artists, though. I don't have enough variety of artists. I got about a dozen artists that people have done so far. But if I can get even 30 different artists, then I think that's enough to make a playlist to where things don't repeat too much.
Yes.
But 30 is about the minimum amount of, because there's multiple songs per artist. And I'll only play the popular ones or the ones I like. But if I can get just a tight playlist of 200, 250 songs, that might be a very listenable radio station. Yeah?
Wow, that would be crazy.
I know.
That would be. Well, you know what? There are people out there like post jukebox, post something jukebox. That's an entire orchestra that goes out and travels and does concerts doing all of popular music as a big band.
Dude, I just stumbled onto another one with a bunch of black guys dressed up like the Beatles that completely remade Rubber Soul as AI. So, can you hear that? No, I can't hear. I can hear it. I do not hear that.
Asked a girl what she wanted to be. She said, "Baby, can't you see? I wanna be famous, a star of the screen.
Yeah.
But you can do something in between.
Here it comes.
Baby, you can drive my car. Yes, I'm gonna be a star. Baby, you can drive my car."
That is freaking awesome. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, you know what? You really could. You really could.
I think I'm going to have to start doing the work. I got to rip so much of this stuff off of YouTube, though, and I'm sure it's borderline legal. But on the other hand, these guys don't own the rights to these songs. They may have created them using AI, but I don't see how anybody would have the rights to this music. So I should just be able to play it.
Right. And it's AI. I think AI would, if it was a copyright problem, I think AI would just say no, right?
I mean, yeah, I'm a little afraid to ask.
Remember, we've
that
asked
question.
AI to do all kinds of stuff, and AI kept saying no, kids, no, you can't have that either.
Baby,
Got a lot of no's out of AI.
baby, you can drive my car. I got to hear this. I got to hear the last song. I got to hear "Run for Your Life" off of. This is the Beatles if they were Motown. From Rubber Soul, this is "Run for Your Life If You Can."
You better keep your head, little girl, or I won't know where I am. You better run for your life if you can, little girl. Hide your head in the sand, little girl. Or catch you with another man. That's the end. Oh, little girl.
That sounds threatening when it comes from a Motown band. Could have gotten in big trouble if that was real in the 60s. Man, some of the lyrics, I don't even want to start examining some of the lyrics like a Gen Z would do, because everything is going to get rock music and pop music and everything is going to get canceled at some point, because everyone's going to realize that Gene Simmons was doing nothing but singing about underage girls. Aerosmith had their share of that. I mean, Kiss made a whole career of banging underage girls. That was their whole thing. Everybody thought Kiss stands for Knights in Satan Service. No, it doesn't. It means they're all looking for young girls. That's why they got into a band. And then they wrote songs about it.
Were they old though when they started, or they were young anyway? So,
Yeah, well,
I mean,
they were.
Yeah, I mean, some of the guys that were like 19 in a band, and they got together with a 14-year-old, and that looks bad then, but
they're rock stars, so it's okay. But let me refresh your memory about a little song called "Christine 16."
Oh
yeah, there you go. That's just one. What about Plaster Caster by Kiss? You remember that song? Yeah,
No.
that was about an underage girl whose thing was going around to different backstage areas, and her name was Cynthia Plastercaster, and she literally had little plastic molds that she would make of all the rock stars' units, and she's still alive, has a whole collection of them, wrote a book about it, but she was very underage when she started doing that, and everybody loved her.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't Marianne Faithfull's the same, right? Wasn't she the same? When she was like a kid too?
Yeah, she was pretty young. Absolutely, sure.
Yeah, there was a lot. There was
There's
a lot,
of that went on back then, and it was just normal.
Too much of that.
Yeah, it was normal. But now the Gen Z
Music business.
So you know what I call the Gen Z kids, don't you?
Tattletales?
No, well, kind of, but no. I call them the Christopher Columbus generation because they are always discovering shit that is already there that everybody knows about.
And then complaining about it.
Right, exactly. Did you know? Yeah, I thought everybody knew that. So,
Yeah,
but you're
how's it hurting you?
They are just looking for things to be outraged by. I guess jobs are hard to get, so they're busy looking for things to be outraged by. I don't know what's going on, man. I think the phones have ruined all this.
Actually, it's funny. It came around again, that meme where it's like a cartoon sketch, and a guy goes up to this girl and she's on her phone and she's got like a face like she's just getting ready to be explode.
Rage.
He goes, "What are you angry?" And he goes, "What are you angry about?" She goes, "I don't know. They haven't told me yet."
I'm just waiting. I'm waiting to see what I'm about to be angry about.
It's coming. It's coming. It is coming.
All right. Well, this has been the portion of Erica and Mark Are Very Old, brought to you by Metamucil. Metamucil dietary substance. Yeah. You know what? I wonder if have you ever taken Metamucil? You know what? Let's just change the subject. Can we do that?
I'm trying to think if I have. No, I have not. I'm not at that age yet. Right now, I'm at the age of Tums, though.
Tums? I've been at that age since 35.
Yeah, Tums is now a thing. Now, I'm okay if I eat like a greasy cheeseburger or something in the middle of the afternoon. But if I have one 6, 7 o'clock at night, I have to have a Tums before I go to bed.
I'm in full blown.
Or I taste it all night long.
I'm in full blown discovery of my new disease that I legit already knew that I had, but I was in denial about. But after you have a doctor tell you, it's kind of a thing. So I'm looking up diets that are anti-inflammatory diets. So apparently this is what I need. And the diet that I need to better manage my psoriasis and my arthritis is literally everything I don't eat is what I should be eating. And I'm not even kidding. This is a cruel, cruel joke on me. So here's the diet that I should be eating. Fresh fruits and vegetables, blueberries, cherries, collard greens, spinach, beet greens. Dude, I would never eat any of that shit. I don't think I've ever eaten any of that shit. Olive oil. Now, I do eat a lot. I cook everything with olive oil. I always have. Fish and omega-3s. I freaking hate fish. Unless it's a giant jumbo shrimp and a bunch of cocktail sauce full with sugar. No, I don't want that. Whole grains. I should be eating brown rice, whole grain bread, quinoa, barley, wheat berries. I don't eat any of that. Nuts. I can't eat nuts because they make my throat close up. So that's out. Beans. I hate beans. These are all the things that should be in my new diet to manage my and everything that I
and there's not a thing in there, huh?
Everything that I eat, I'm not allowed to have. I'm not allowed to have red meat because that's inflammatory. Can't have anything tomatoes, and you can have some poultry, but you can't have any fried poultry. And I got to stay away from hot stuff like pepper sauce. I put this hot sauce on everything. And I apparently can't have that either, even though it's got no sugars, no carbohydrates, no nothing. But apparently I can't have that because that's going to hurt me too. So, Mark, I might be dead soon. This is not something that I'm going to be able to manage, I don't think. It's kind of depressing.
No, well, there's not one thing on that list you could eat.
No. Literally nothing.
You know what? You're going down the line between my diverticulitis and then my taste buds. I couldn't eat any of them either.
Right.
I'm real fickle about my vegetables. Consist of string beans, broccoli, and cauliflower. I'm
to the point where it's like,
I will not eat any other vegetable.
You know, if I get crippled and I'm miserable, I'll just start taking a bunch of painkillers, and I guess I'll have to order pizza and have them bring it to me because I'm not giving up pizza. I'm not giving up Chinese delivery. I can't have that either. Oh, no, I want Chinese food. What time is it? My Chinese place opens up at 4 o'clock.
Let me see. What is it? My wife is still cooking off of a magazine called Eating Well.
So are you?
So I don't have a choice. It's because what they make. Well, here's what I had today. I had a steak, and I had a spinach salad with cucumbers and onions. That's all.
That sounds like hospital food.
So it's actually, I'm getting used to eating it, but I tell you one thing, I've not gained any weight since I lost all my weight.
I think I'm really, really screwed unless I can get a hypnotist maybe to make me start wanting to eat this absolute shit. I don't know what to do. I mean, do you know anybody who's worked with a hypnotist to quit smoking or do anything?
Well, there's always somebody that comes around. I remember in radio that they would come around and do these seminars, but I never went to one. Well, you see what happened to me when I tried to be hypnotized.
What?
It was when Dr. Sulkini tried to hypnotize me,
that's
so I could
right.
get back in a hearse.
Yeah, that didn't.
It didn't
No,
work.
it didn't work. You have to have a level of intelligence in order to be hypnotized. So.
Yes, and I have none.
Dr. Sulkini, for those of you unfamiliar, is the man who buried us alive back in 1990, whenever the hell that was. I don't want to talk about that because, dude, every time I talk about that, I get anxiety.
If you remember, my slogan at one time, if you remember, was fat, dumb, and happy. That's how I wanted to
Fat, dumb, and happy.
And I was doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I had the fat down perfectly. And then the dumb came naturally, but the happy was always hard. But now I moved along. But then I found out the fat's no good for me. So now I'm just dumb and happy. I had to leave the fat part out.
How the hell am I going to eat salmon, sardines, tuna, edamame?
Oh, salmons are good.
No,
Sardines
man.
are no good.
Oh, walnuts and chia
I can eat
seeds.
tomatoes if they're diced. Do you say tomatoes or no?
No,
you
no
can't have
tomatoes. Blueberries and collard greens and
Blueberries are good.
dark
You don't
chocolate.
like fruits? You don't like chocolate either?
I mean, yeah, I like not dark chocolate. No.
That's because it's real chocolate. It's not the milk chocolate that's loaded with nonsense in it.
Yeah,
It is acquired taste.
Here's what I found: foods to avoid to prevent psoriatic arthritis flare-ups: red meats, dairy products, sugar, and processed foods. Literally everything that I eat.
There's nothing that's not processed anymore.
Right. Well, we live in America. Everything is a processed food. I mean, that's very hard to avoid.
Yeah.
Being an American has screwed me.
Yeah. You're in trouble.
I'm in big trouble, man. My friend Mike, my best friend I grew up with, died when he was 55. And if I die today, I've already outlived Mike. But, man, maybe he was the lucky one. Although he drank himself to death. I know that sounds like a horrible way to die.
Yeah, that's not too lucky.
That's a horrible way to die. I feel bad for the guy, but there was nothing we could do to get him stop drinking. And we all tried for decades, and he wasn't having any of it, and now he's dead. So the good news is Mike has quit drinking. The bad news is Mike is sharing a grave with his grandmother.
Yeah. Unfortunately, sometimes when in the addict world, sometimes that's how you stop.
Oh yeah, hey.
Your rock bottom is literally death.
Yeah, that's
okay. I'm there.
That's what
can't do it anymore.
That's what got Rush Limbaugh off of those drugs he was taking. He's been clean for years now.
Yeah. Quiet too.
Oh my God! Yeah, right. Hasn't said a damn word about anything. Like, must he imagine how happy he would be about Trump? Oh my God! I don't want to say this out loud, but thank God that guy's dead. Oh, things would be so much worse if he were still alive.
He was quite the crap star. He had a great gimmick.
He did. And the worst part was people don't understand that behind the scenes, he was just a guy doing a bit. He was doing a character. And he did his best to portray himself as that persona, but behind the scenes, he wasn't that guy at all. That was literally a character that he created.
Yeah. He was a morning show radio guy.
Right. He was. Same thing with Glenn Beck. Glenn Beck was a wacky radio morning show DJ up in Connecticut. And then when he came to Tampa, when we were working, when I was working in that building when he was there, he was doing afternoons on WFLA on the AM station, and he was basically doing a radio morning show in the afternoons. He was very funny. And I told you the story about me and him setting up a thing to get Star Trek protesters at my station using his listeners, right? Did I ever say?
No.
Yeah, so it turns out it was right before 9/11. And Glenn Beck loved to make fun of Trekkies. That was his big thing. He's like, like, you put on that uniform there, Captain, and I can see the L on your forehead from over here. So I ran into him in the hall when I was over at 4002 Gandy. And we were talking, I was talking about some stuff that he did. And I said, hey, you wouldn't want to help me out with a Star Trek promotion I have coming up, would you? And he's like, absolutely. What do you have in mind? And I said, we're doing a big Star Trek marathon on the station the whole weekend. We're showing nothing but Star Trek Voyager because we have all the episodes. We got the guy from the Tampa Tribune coming in to introduce some of the episodes. We got somebody else. If you want to come in and introduce some of the episodes and make fun of them, he's like, oh, that would be great. And I'll get my listeners to come and protest in front of the station and hold up signs, and you guys can make a promo. I'm like, yes, this is all great ideas. And then 9/11 happened, and we didn't do any of that shit. And I never talked to Glenn Beck again. That was when he switched from being just a great afternoon morning show to becoming the Glenn Beck who was conservative and we've got to kill all these Muslims guy. That's when he became that guy. And now he's worth like $80 million. And when I knew him, he was driving a yellow Volkswagen Beetle with a Yale University sticker in the back window of it.
Did he go to Yale?
He must have, because it was in the back of his Volkswagen. I don't think anybody who didn't go to Yale.
I don't think anybody else would put that on.
Yeah, would have the balls to put that on their yellow Volkswagen Beetle.
Very hippie-ish.
He was a great guy, man. When he turned into that character, I was like, oh, no, I feel so bad for Glenn. But he's rich as hell now. Good for him.
Yeah.
He found his gimmick.
Hey, man, that's it. You got to get your shtick, and then if it works, keep driving that bus till the wheels fall
a
off.
lot of people say, oh, that guy's just a sellout, or that guy's my hero. Yeah, well, he's actually a sellout, but I don't want to burst your bubble of the guy because he obviously does a lot for a lot of people. And whether that's good or bad is not up to me to decide. As long as these people are living their lives, stay away from me.
Yeah.
God, the people that you meet in this freaking business, dude, I swear. We should all write books.
Yeah.
Because, my friends that I have now that don't know about that part of my life, sometimes I'll let some of these little things out and they're looking at me like, what? And I'll just be, oh no, I've said too much. And I'm like, hi. And I'll always end it with, yeah, I used to be cool. Anyway, where should we go for lunch? I wasn't always like this. I used to be cool. I should get a T-shirt that says that.
All right, well, you did a really good job of dancing around what I was trying to get to before. So we're going to take a quick break, and I'm going to come back, and I got a surprise for you.
A surprise?
Erica and Mark. The phone call.
All right, so last week we were talking about AI and matchmaking and all this.
Oh, I'm totally going to have it. I'm going to be in an AI relationship at some point in my life, Mark. That's going to be.
Well, that's what I said. Yeah. I said to you, well, they make them. They're making them now where it's kind of see, in other places you can't say sex anymore. They always have it. They call it like something else. But anyway,
banging.
It's one of those kind of dolls. Yeah. It's one of those kind of dolls, but it's AI, and it I guess it's programmed to like ask you how you're feeling and say sympathetic things back to you or whatever. Like it's supposed to be like the perfect partner, and it's supposedly in Japan. It's like getting to be really big with
have had
people to have a lot of money. These are like,
dude, they've had sex robots in Japan for decades. That is not a new thing.
Okay. But I mean, like they're getting to be really, really good. And they're like $750,000.
All right.
To buy one. But I seen them online, like they're at these expos and stuff. You see like people sending, videos and stuff and pictures of them. And they're pretty good asking them questions and stuff. And it got me worried because you didn't say you weren't. You just said, I'm not. So I went on a mission because I said, I can't have you marrying one of those.
Why not? I mean, maybe I could get a midget one. It'll be half price. No?
I can't. So I thought about it, and I remembered there was this TV show. It was like a sitcom that my wife and I watched, and the lady had decided she was going to get. She picked her place. She was going to get married. She paid for everything in advance, everything for her wedding, and then she gave herself like 3 months to find a husband.
Right.
And at the end, everything kind of fell apart every time. So she ended up marrying herself.
That was in Zoolander 2. Was it?
I
think Benedict Cumberbatch married himself. It was what did he say?
So that was a stolen joke.
He called it mono-marriage.
Yeah, because it was on some other thing. It was about a divorced guys and a divorce attorney. It was a sitcom that was on TV.
Sex and the City did it too.
So I found this guy here that actually married himself. I don't know if he's brilliant or crazy. So what he did was he combed all his hair over to the side. So the other side looks like it's the boy's side. And I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah, here. Yeah, I just found a picture of it right here. Here you go.
Yes.
Oh, look at that. So half bride, half, wedding dress and half tuxedo.
Antoine Chevelle, who is a sologamist.
Yeah, sologamy is what this is called. It's where you marry yourself. Critics argue the practice is not legally binding, while supporters argue that it affirms one's value. What if you get divorced? What if you don't like yourself?
Oh, I don't know. That could actually happen to somebody that would actually marry themselves. You know that?
I have to go to sologamy.org for more information.
Yeah, I don't want that on my browser.
No, I don't want that on my browser history either. That's a little frightening.
It just doesn't sound like it's a good idea to have that on your browser.
Man. The last time I was married, I was not super happy. I'm not sure I would do that again. And I'm kind of an asshole. I'm not sure I'd want to be married to me. I don't know. I'm an Aries. Don't ever marry an Aries. And if you have two Aries married to each other, that's never good.
So she was an Aries too, right? Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, no. If I marry myself, I'll be married to an Aries is what I'm.
I got you.
I was actually married to something worse than an Aries, and that is a Scorpio. They're the worst.
Yeah, I've heard bad about that.
And you know what the worst part about Scorpios?
Like more people say that.
So I didn't realize this until about 10 years ago, because I've had so many relationships that have been with Scorpios, and none of them have ever worked out because they're all fucking maniacs. All of them. They're very attractive and they're very good at doing stuff, and that's part of who they are. And then started studying Scorpios a little bit more, and then I started to realize why there are so many of them. And I came upon this conclusion by using math. What is 9 months before November 14th?
Is that February?
Valentine's Day, right. A lot of people getting laid in February around Valentine's Day, making babies. And that's where all these uncreative parents make these maniac children who grow up to infest our entire population with their Scorpio ways.
That does make sense.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So you were never with a Scorpio?
That's in September, right?
That is the end of September through the middle or end of November. So I'm sorry, no, October. It's from October 21st through November 20th.
Oh, okay. So it's the one right before me.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I can't remember back that far. My ex was not. My ex was December.
Yeah, I got about 4 of them, under my belt. And I just don't learn.
Yeah, I don't. Well, so you were actually pretty good. You were pretty good at relationships then. I give you credit for that because I don't remember first names of most anymore, let alone what their birthday was. I have enough trouble trying to remember my wife's birthday. I keep wanting to say June, and it's actually May.
Dude, just put it in your phone. Put it in your phone and just.
I did.
Okay, so here's what you do. You say, "Hey Siri, use ChatGPT to tell me my wife's birthday." That's all you have to do.
Oh, that's pretty simple.
See, now you're using AI, and now you're using the internet. This is what you need to work into your life a little more, and you'll start to see.
I got to make this ChatGPT more friendly. I'm getting closer. I have been doing some things on my own.
Good.
That's not bad. No, you're not so. Oh,
horrible. Hey, you sent me a thing that I totally forgot to make for you. What was that? You mean to make you another logo with ChatGPT?
I made a logo with my radio station, and since I play 60s and 70s hippie stuff, I made it very Peter Max-ish. So it's a psychedelic.
Okay.
And it says My Tune Radio, but one of our mutual friends there, BJ, down in he's not Fort Myers anymore. I think he lives in Orlando. But he said, "Oh man, I love the logo, but just a suggestion. Why don't you put .com since it's an internet radio station that way?" And I actually had another friend of mine say, "Oh, how do you get to that radio station?"
Ah, there you go.
So I said, I do need to make it a .com. So I want to add .com, but I don't know how to put it back in to get that to happen.
I can Photoshop that right in there for you. Don't worry about it.
Oh, is that how it does?
Yeah, that'll be easier to do. That way it's not... Because if I put that back into ChatGPT and tell it to add .com, it's going to create something completely different and then probably still mess it up. So I'll just throw it into Photoshop real quick and fix it. I can do that. I have Photoshop skills that no one needs to know about. Because then people start asking me to do Photoshop shit for them, and I hate Photoshop.
Oh yeah, yeah. Once people know you know how to do something like that, right away they're like, "No, thank you."
I hate that. Yeah.
No, thank you.
I know. Everybody's, well, hey, you know about cars. Can you? Oh, no, I can't. Here's how much I know about cars. Mine is still sitting at the dealership. I have no idea if they fixed it because the service there is kind of terrible. But I'm driving their loaner car, so they can keep it as long as they want. They gave me a nice new Porsche Macan loaner car, except this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but this one has a 4-cylinder,
nice.
so it's slower than Christmas. I mean, it is offensive to me how slow this car is. It's fine if you're stuck in traffic and putting around town, but as soon as you get on the interstate and you put your foot in it, you're like, really? They actually made this? Like, this is supposed to be this slow?
I'm really surprised that they would have a 4-cylinder in a Porsche. What is that? Obviously for who? The old people?
Yeah, for old people, like which I am.
I guess.
But apparently I'm not typical old people because I don't want to eat my vegetables and my beets and my salmon.
Yeah, you'd rather die than eat. Eat that.
I am kind of getting to the point where I didn't save a whole lot of money for retirement, so maybe I'll just curl up in my wheelchair with a large pizza and deal with it.
Well, to see the one thing I did do well was pay my house and car off.
Yeah, that's good.
So when I get my Social Security, I don't have a huge bunch of expenses. It's just basically water, lights, food.
Yeah, well, you know what? Unless my NVIDIA stock goes to $1,000 a share, I will never own a home again. And right now, NVIDIA is plummeting thanks to what our wonderful president has been doing. My NVIDIA stock's gone from $140 to $115 in about 3 days. So thank you.
What does NVIDIA do?
Thank you, President Trump. They do silicon chips, and they are the leader in AI in the world. And now Trump is making it difficult.
Where they come from?
America, Taiwan, all over.
Oh, so it's not China then?
No, but China is dying to get a hold of their chips because they make better chips, and then China likes to rip everything off. But so what happened was China came out this week with their own version of AI, which apparently is a lot better than anything NVIDIA has done. But is it? Because here's what China likes to do. China likes to...
Well, they like to say their stuff.
They like to kind of bait everybody with like, well, what we can do is we can... You know, they say that they can do all these amazing, wonderful things. And then the Americans get all panicky. And they're like, well, shit, we can't do any of that. We better build something better than that. And then we actually build something better than that and make it work. And then we find out later, he's like, well, the Chinese like, oh, we don't really have that. And it's like, well, we do. Yes, we would like to steal that from you now. And that's how they get theirs. That's how the whole world goes around. China says that they can do something. We actually make something that can do it so that we can defend ourselves from China. Turns out China didn't do that. But now China can steal whatever we made because that's what those thieving assholes do. I saw a very fun, somebody was using this new Chinese AI that the name of it's eludes me right now, but you could see them typing in a description. It's like, hey, can you show me a picture of an event that happened in whatever year it was, in like 2002, and it was in a square, and it's a very famous picture of a man standing in front of a tank holding a couple of grocery bags. And right as it draws the picture for the guy defying the Chinese tank in Tiananmen Square, it just goes blank and it says AI is not able to replicate this picture. Because that's what your Chinese AI is really good for, is censoring everything. So is that really better than what we have? Even if it is better, if it's going to be censored by the Chinese government and it's not something anybody's ever going to use. And yet the stock for NVIDIA continues to plummet. I'm afraid to look at it right now, but I'm going to look anyway. And it doesn't matter to me because I'm keeping it for a decade, so it's going to have its ups and downs and its challenges. But I bought it when it was pretty cheap. But right now I'm to the point where...
Are you losing money then or no?
I'm still ahead $20 a share, and I've got about 200 shares. Yeah, so it's back up a little bit. It was down today to $118, which seems to be the bottom, which is what it was the other day, and now it's back up to 122 almost. But it's been as high as 150 this month, and it's been really good. It's been really, really good for me. Whoop.
So yeah, if you're not that far off, then that's okay, as long as you're not like upside down.
Oh, no, I'm not going to be upside down on that stock. I was buying it years ago when it was cheap, and I've bought more since then, which has brought my average cost up, but my average cost is still pretty low, and I don't think the the cost is ever going to be worth less than what my average buying in is. The Chinese are making me choke. Look at that.
Well, I know I'm not. I've never really been good at picking or guessing stocks. I just let it kind of.
I just do what my rich friend. Just do what your rich friends do. When your rich friends are buying stuff, and they say, "Hey, are you in on this?" I'm like, "No, what's that? You should buy. You should buy this." A lot of people are buying this. This is one of those long-term stocks. Buy it now while it's cheap and hold on to it because it's going places. And I'll be like, "Well, all right. Well, you're obviously richer than me, so you must know more than me. I'll take your advice."
Yeah. My son is pretty good at it. He's pretty smart. He got it from my dad. My dad was really good at it till he wasn't. When he passed
Sounds
away,
like gambling.
we were going through his old paperwork and taking papers and shredding them. And I got a thing back like a few years before he passed away, and looking at his financial records, and he had over $1 million.
Oh my God!
In his account, but because of his drinking and getting old, on top of that, he got too slow on day trading.
Oh yeah.
He would stop when he started seeing it. He wouldn't catch it ahead of time because he would literally, what he did when he retired was sit on a lazy boy with his vodka and his cigarettes, and had whatever, I forgot which one it was he would watch. I don't know if it was, I think it was the one that was named after the magazine that was was nothing but stocks all day long on a TV.
Yeah. Channel. So there was,
and he would,
what was it? MSNBC, and there was all the.
Yeah. And then we would just watch those and watch the crawlers.
Yeah.
And then he would be making decisions off of that. And I go, son of a gun, because when he got done, you could see where I went and looked at. I found it where he went from $1 million to about $50,000 before he stopped the
so he was just
so I don't know if it was a crash or what.
That's just another form of addiction when you're so he could have been doing that, or he could have been sitting at the One-Armed Bandits at the Hard Rock Casino. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
it literally is. Yeah. It's just feeding an
addiction.
addiction.
He used to like to do that too. Yeah, he was always like, when I would go with him and when he would come visit me, and when I was living in Mississippi and he was coming down I-10, we would meet down at Biloxi.
Oh yeah.
And because he'd like to go there to eat, and then he'd go to casino. He would never leave the dollar machine games. That's what he.
What the hell's the name of that great casino they have in Biloxi? Not the Hard Rock. What's the other one?
Well, we could go meet him down there at Boomtown.
The Beau Rivage.
Oh yeah, Beau Rivage. Yeah,
I like that place. Do you know who lives about? Do you know who lives about 2 blocks from the Beau Rivage? Dave Roberts.
David.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
Dave
can
does?
walk to the Beau Rivage from his house.
I'm down there quite a bit.
You should go see Dave.
In that area.
Go see Dave.
I should, because I go see concerts there all the time.
Dave is there.
I don't know if we're not friends on Facebook or not. I never see his stuff, and I don't know if he sees
Dave
mine.
is only there on the week.
So I don't know if
Dave's only there on the weekends. Dave doesn't talk to me or Brian anymore because I don't know why. He just doesn't like us anymore. Dave's a complicated guy. I miss Dave. I used to talk to
I don't
Dave.
know if he's my friend anymore or not. No, he's still a friend according to this.
Yeah, send him a message.
I don't
and,
see him on Facebook at all.
Send him a message next time you're going to be in Biloxi on the weekend. He's usually there on Saturday afternoons through Monday morning.
Oh yeah, he don't putz around on Facebook anymore. Last time he made a post was August 26th.
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody's kind of abandoned Facebook now, haven't they?
Yeah. The only thing I use it for is to keep my kids put stuff up there so I can download them.
Yeah, Facebook is having.
Instead of like.
No, you should go on the internet and look at the trouble Facebook is losing so many people that there's a lot of bots that are on Facebook now that are interacting with the people who are left on Facebook to make it seem like people are still on Facebook. It's gotten really bad. People just aren't there anymore. People kind of just kind of quit Facebook. They didn't delete their accounts.
Erica and Mark. The phone call.
Why Facebook was so busy trying to squash everybody about the COVID and all that stuff, but they were never busy trying to squash the people that would have these things on there that were trying to rip people off.
Because
I mean, I'm not talking about the fake things where you're stupid enough to think you're talking to Richard Gere. Who was the girl that they just had her on the news? She thought she was
Brad Pitt,
the girlfriend of Brad Pitt. I mean, come on.
Yeah, she sent Brad Pitt she sent him like $750,000 because he needed some kind of.
Yes, Brad Pitt is not going to ask you for money.
Some bad Photoshop pictures of Brad Pitt in a hospital room, and she's literally sent him almost $1 million. I know that's not Brad Pitt. That's some freaking dude in India. What's wrong with these people?
So as far as that's I don't feel sorry for, but it's the other things that are like they look like they're pages for getting something and. And they got all kinds of stuff. I mean, there's so much crap out there.
So hold on.
I noticed now on
after you got scammed, we don't want to talk about. Did you watch those videos from those scammers that I sent you?
Yes, I did.
And
yes, I did. Made me laugh.
Okay, good. It made you feel better, didn't it? Yeah, that somebody's out there getting revenge.
Well, I felt really stupid though because you know what happened? I turned it into what is it? Not Saks. What is it? Can't remember. Anyway, the people that put the money behind the Apple Card.
Yeah.
And I turned it in as I'm declining that bill, and it came back as they gave me my money back.
Yeah.
They did right away, and then they said, well, we're going to cancel this, and you did not win. I'm going, what do you mean I did not win? And I literally down further is because. They refunded when they seen they were going to look at everything. Yeah. They decided to go ahead and refund me.
So you didn't lose any money. Goldman Sachs got you the money back?
No, I didn't lose any money.
Okay.
I didn't lose any money, but it was weird though, is because they gave me an extra 60. They took their 60 back.
Right.
Apple Card, but it's okay.
All right.
That's fine.
That's not bad.
But it was just. But yeah, they gave it. They gave in once they seen I wasn't joking around.
Well, the important thing is you won't do it again.
No. I do this all the time. I Google something and I'm looking for something in particular and there's things that are really close to it that are not it.
Right. You got to be careful.
You got to go right to what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And when they answer the phone and it's a generic hello or whatever, it's not the company because that's not a professional.
I'm starting to feel like your granddaughter more and more every day.
Well, my granddaughter can't help me right now because she's only 4 or 5. So thank you for being my granddaughter. That's going to help me out till then. My daughter's she just kind of does her own thing. So she thinks as long as when I wasn't with somebody that she liked, she was constantly in my business. But she likes Kathleen, so she doesn't give me she doesn't check on me that much. A little bit here and there, hey, how's it going, and things like that, but not like it was when I was single or when I was with her mother.
That's perfectly normal. That means she's not worried about you. That's good.
Yeah, when I was with her mother, she was trying to get me to move in with her.
Yeah, but now she's like, okay, well, she's not her dad's not my problem anymore.
Yeah. That tall, skinny nurse got him. She's done.
Yep.
Poor girl.
She is definitely kicking his ass, and he's in a good spot for it. All right, well, good for you. That's nice. I'm going to have my my AI wedding, and I'll be sure to invite you.
I will go. It's going to be online?
Probably, yeah. I don't see why not. Oh, I wonder how many views that would get. And marrying a sex robot. I need to go to Japan and see if that's a thing I can do. Marry a robot in Japan and get millions of YouTube hits.
You may be able to parlay this into your retirement, because like places like WeTV and some of the other ones that carry like Love After Lockup and all those shows, they would freaking, well, first of all, they probably try to steal it from you and do it a different way. You have to figure out how you can copyright that so that they can't get this idea. But you could take that to them. And I'm going to tell you, they follow you around with a camera. That would be the end. You wouldn't be putting logs together or anything anymore. You would just be doing this.
Hey,
and it would be on TV, and they'd be making a lot of money.
There is, so I don't like to watch reality TV, but I'm getting sucked into it right now because of this girl
Which one?
This girl I used to follow on Instagram, who I still follow on Instagram, Bailyn Dupree. She is she has Tourette's. And she's this very pretty, like 23-year-old girl. She lives in West Virginia, but she lives like in the DC side of West Virginia. So she's not like a hillbilly, West Virginia. And she's got 4 brothers and, a mom and a dad who are very cool. And she got famous on TikTok and Instagram for having Tourette's, and she's very pretty. So she would be doing her makeup, and she'd be like, and then we use this mascara here. I have a little baby wiener, tippity tippity tap 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 that wiener, and then I take the mascara and go here, and then she'll just say penis, penis, penis. I like penis, and she can't control any of it, and it's fucking hilarious, Mark. It is. And then I feel bad because I'm crying laughing at her on her Instagram. But then I see that she has like 2.1 million followers, and I'm like, well, I don't feel so bad for her now.
Right.
So I have decided to come to peace with it, that she's the one that went and got herself a reality show, and she's the one who's putting herself out there like this. And if that's entertaining to me, that's 75% on me, 25% on her. If I'm laughing at that, that's still partially her fault. But she's
putting it out there for that reason.
Yes. So there was a cliffhanger on the last episode, and I can't wait to watch the new one, where her and her mom were getting on a plane to go from DC to, I think, Houston, where they were having a Tourette convention with a whole freaking hotel full of people with Tourette's, and she was on a panel, and they showed a preview of her just tick 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 ticking up there while people were trying to talk. And oh my God, when they were going through security at DC, she's walking by the sign that says, no guns, and then she's like, I have a gun, definitely have a gun, got a gun right here, gun. And she has this other chick where if she sees a bald person, whether it's her father or a stranger in a store, she'll just be like, she'll be like, yeah, we've got good seats. We're in like seats 4A and 5A. Do you want the window or the aisle? Oh, you're bald. And she'll start saying it really loud to like a bald guy who's in the, in the vicinity. And you see the bald guy turning around like, who the hell is this? Dude, you have to watch it. You don't have HBO Max, do you? Do you have the Max app?
No,
because
I don't know. Is that what part of? Is that part of Disney?
No.
Plus?
Max is what HBO used to be. But so the show is on the Discovery Channel, but they beep all the fun out of it. But they show the uncensored version on Max.
Oh, okay.
Which is hilarious, and I think I have a new episode that I haven't seen yet. I'm going to probably hang up on you right now and go watch that, because I need a little Bailyn fix, especially to see what she does. And then you feel bad for her because she gets overloaded. She gets overstimulated, and she's like laying on the ground having convulsions, and her mother's trying to hold her. And it's just like, oh, that's not what I want to see. I want to see her, talking about little baby wieners, as she is so fond of saying.
Well, I'm telling you, you could get with that idea of a transgender woman
marrying a sex robot,
an AI sex
in
robot
Japan.
In Japan, is a
that could be a whole show. It could be our courtship. It could be how the robot woos me. Oh, that is a great idea.
I'm telling you, it would sell.
So I need to cash in some of my Nvidia stock and go to Japan and get me a sex robot and some cameras and see what happens.
No, just let them pay for the robot.
You find out who makes the sex robots.
The robot would be free. The robot would be free because it would just be
the robot is
for
sponsored by sexrobot.com, wherever I get it from, right?
Yes.
Mark,
the robot could be wearing T-shirts.
This is a very good. And then look, the robot's going to do what I tell it to do. That's the kind of robot I want. If I want to smack that robot,
are you going to put one on a leash?
Yeah. I don't know if I'll do that. I might smack the robot on the ass once in a while, and it better know. I need it to know that I'm doing that.
Whoa! Now that was interesting. Was that a slip?
Maybe.
Did you hear what you said? Should I tell you?
Yeah. What did I say?
To let her know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Ah.
That's what you look, man. We all know that.
Old habits are hard.
No, Mark.
Habits die hard.
No. That was totally on purpose. We all know that lesbians are good for TV, and if you have lesbian sex robot and transgender woman, that's the holy trinity right there. Nobody wants to see a
it's just a trinity.
Nobody wants to.
In my
nobody
case,
wants
it's
to
just
see
a
big
trinity.
chrome robot dick. No one wants to see that. They want to. You might.
I don't know. There's kinks for everybody.
Yeah, that's. I think that lesbian robot would be a lot more marketable. Let's just say.
Yes. And then how I'll win out of this is the podcast will get listeners, and I'll finally be famous again.
Oh, that's also you want to be famous again because you're right.
Riding off of someone else's coattail is fine with me.
Hey, my name's Mark, and I'm on the Coattail Sex Robot Show. We'll get you some T-shirts made up there. Oh, Mark, this is a good idea. All right, let me make some calls. I got to go watch my Tourette show first, and then I'm going to make some calls, and I'll let you know how it goes. We'll talk next week.
Okay.
Sex robot.
Erica and Mark. The Phone Call.